Case which pits Republicans against a red state involves mail-in ballots that arrive after Election Day. Alma McCarty has a look at what the decision could mean for our elections. Alma?
Yeah, David, this case has to do with a challenge to a Mississippi mail-in ballot law, which allows ballots postmarked by Election Day to be received within 5 business days after the election. Should the law be overturned, voters in more than a dozen states, including our own, could be affected.
A long-standing practice in Washington state could be upended by the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C.
Washington has used the ballot postmark for a long, long time.
Greg Kimsey has been the Clark County auditor since 1999 and calls the current system the right one.
We have people who are properly registered to vote. They're voting the ballot that they were entitled to vote. And then they're returning it to the elections office. Why would we not want to count the ballots of those people?
But that's what could happen should the conservative majority overturn a Mississippi law that allows ballots to be counted as long as they're postmarked by Election Day. Kimsey says in Clark County alone, thousands could end up with their votes not counting because they didn't understand the rules.
In 24, we received 9,547 of those ballots after Election Day. That again were from properly registered voters. Their signatures matched in their voter registration record. That is out of there were 272,000 voters who got their ballot to us on Election Day or earlier. So, but for those almost 10,000 people, this is a big deal.
Elections are controlled by states, not by the federal government.
Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici explains while Oregon's vote-by-mail system is decades old, the postmark rule here is more recent.
For a while, our ballots had to be received by Election Day. And then our state changed the rule to say they had to be postmarked by Election Day.
Right now, 14 states and D.C. allow this grace period, and 29 accept military and overseas ballots after Election Day. She worries about possible changes to this and other voting laws ahead of the midterms.
It is another voter suppression tactic that primarily the administration and congressional Republicans are trying to do.
The Republican National Committee initially filed the lawsuit to keep Mississippi's Secretary of State from counting mail-in absentee ballots after Election Day. Justices are considering whether a federal law that sets election dates can prevent ballots from being received after those dates. The court will likely issue a ruling in June or July. David.
Which could change everything for November. Thanks, Alma. Appreciate it.